Special education teacher resigns. Apologizes after viral video threatening Trump voters sparks backlash. A special education teacher in Connecticut has resigned after a viral video surfaced of her going on a rant and threatening violence and harm to supporters of President-elect Trump. The viral video allegedly featured Cheshire educator Annie Dunleavy making threats to handle supporters of Trump. "Just because you won doesn't mean we don't remember who you voted for," Dunleavy says in the social media clip. "Please don't test your gangster on me because you will end on a stretcher, gone forever. So serious. If you voted for Trump, please delete me, block me, get rid of everything of me or step to me so that I know what's up, and I can handle you how I see fit," she added. "Please just come forward, we effing know." California teacher lashes out at student wearing Trump hat on Election Day, calls for security to remove him. On Monday, Cheshire Public Schools Superintendent Dr. Jeff Sloan said in a statement that he was made aware of the Snapchat video over the weekend that allegedly showed Dunleavy making the threats. "Unfortunately, it came to my attention over the weekend that someone had taken a video of one of our teachers who shared what she intended to be a private message to her group on Snapchat. She was expressing her personal opinion and not those of the Cheshire Public Schools," the statement read. "That being said, it is immediately clear that it will be impossible to conduct business as usual for our students and staff without temporarily removing the teacher from the building. So we have done so until the outcome of the investigation," Sloan continued. In a statement sent to Fox News Digital, Sloan said that Dunleavy has since resigned after his initial statement was issued. "I am writing to inform you that Annie Dunleavy, our teacher who made the social media post I referenced in Monday's email, has announced her resignation from her employment with the Cheshire Public Schools effective immediately," Sloan wrote. Sloan added that comments made in the video do not reflect the position of the school system. Matt Gaetz abruptly resigns from Congress after Trump picks him as Attorney General. Rep. Matt Gaetz, R-FLA, issued his resignation from Congress on Wednesday effective immediately, according to House Speaker Mike Johnson, RLLA. Doing so after President-elect Donald Trump tapped him as the next Attorney General. Gaetz, who was investigated by the House Ethics Committee over allegations of sexual misconduct and illicit drug use, will no longer be subject to the probe following his resignation. Rep. Michael Guest, R-Miss, confirmed to multiple outlets the committee has no jurisdiction over a member of Congress once that member leaves. The House Ethics Committee was just 2 days away from voting on the release of a highly damaging report about its probe into Gaetz, according to Punchbowl News, which cited unnamed sources familiar with the probe. Gaetz will need a Senate majority vote to become Attorney General, though the opposition he faces in the chamber could complicate matters. Sen. Susan Collins, R. Maine, told reporters Wednesday she is certain Gaetz will be questioned during his confirmation hearing about the Ethics Committee probe, which also investigated allegations he accepted improper gifts and gave special privileges to friends. Gaetz has denied wrongdoing, and the Justice Department declined to bring criminal charges against him in an investigation that closed last year. However, Gaetz has staunch supporters in the Senate such as Sen. Tommy Tuberville, R.Allah, who said, "We're going to try to get GOP senators out of the Senate if they get in the way of Gaetz's nomination." The Senate will soon be made up of 53 Republicans and 47 Democrats. Some ethics experts raise concerns over Musk and Ramaswamy's Department of Government efficiency roles. President-elect Donald Trump's announcement Tuesday that tech billionaire Elon Musk and biotech entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy will lead a newly formed advisory department of government efficiency has alarmed some government ethics experts, who say the pair's deep financial interests could lead to potential conflicts of interest. Some ethics experts are particularly alarmed that Musk and Ramaswamy's roles have been described as outside of government, an arrangement that could potentially mean they would not be subject to normal financial disclosure rules, despite the major impact their work could have on the federal government. Together, these two wonderful Americans will pave the way for my administration to dismantle government bureaucracy/excess regulations, cut wasteful expenditures, and restructure federal agencies, Trump said of Musk and Ramaswamy, both of whom were vocal supporters of Trump's re-election campaign. As outside governmental advisors, Musk, who owns Tesla, X and SpaceX, and Ramaswamy, who founded the biotech firm Roivant Sciences, might not be subject to federal requirements mandating that officials disclose their financial interests to the Office of Government Ethics. Certain categories of advisors from outside the government can be required to disclose their interests under the Federal Advisory Committee Act, including if they are classified as a special government employee. But ethics experts say that not enough is known about the proposed department to know if they would be covered under that act. Musk has promised transparency, posting on X shortly after the announcement. All actions of the Department of Government Efficiency will be posted online for maximum transparency. The transition team will ensure the Department of Government Efficiency and those involved with it are compliant with all legal guidelines related to conflicts of interest, Trump transition spokesperson Brian Hughes told ABC News. Kedrick Payne, senior director of ethics at the Campaign Legal Center, told ABC News that the possibility that Musk and Ramaswamy would not have financial disclosure obligations is alarming because they're work-cutting. Government regulations or spending could directly impact their business interests without the public knowing. It could be simply an attempt to stop the regulations on their business interest at the expense of government workers and the public, said Payne, who added that they could also be in a position to get more government contracts for their businesses. If you eliminate the government from doing certain tasks, then those tasks can go to government contracts for consultants, Payne said. Payne also stressed the highly unusual nature of Musk and Ramaswamy's proposed roles as outside advisors with significant influence. It's extremely rare to do it like this, he said. It is common to have outside experts give advice to the government, where it might just be a meeting or something that's over a period of time. But to have a situation where we have outside entrepreneurs with business interests, possibly changing how they are regulated, and having this much power, that's not common. Payne also called for transparency regarding who else would be working with Musk and Ramaswamy in the new department, saying their interests would need to be made public as well. Noah Bookbinder, the president of Citizens for Responsible Ethics in Washington, echoed some of Payne's concerns about potential conflicts of interest given Musk and Ramaswamy's business interests, while emphasizing that more details are necessary to determine whether there would be any violation of federal ethics laws. We don't yet know enough about how these positions will operate to know whether there will, in fact, be conflicts of interest and what those conflicts will be, Bookbinder said. If Musk and Ramaswamy are in a position where they can influence governmental decisions, and if some of those decisions could impact their businesses, then there could be a danger of illegal conflicts of interest. Other laws and rules could also be at issue today depending on what they do and how this department works. Bookbinder also floated the possibility that others in government could feel pressed to look favorably on Musk's interests given his significant influence over Trump, which sources tell ABC News has recently seen Musk offering input on Trump's staffing decisions and playing a significant role in shaping the future Trump administration.